Hello, it's Guru Datta with the KRI recipe of the month for January. This month we have Matar Paneer, which is the green pea, and paneer, which is the farmer's cheese. It's a rennetless cheese, very digestible, and a very good source of protein. It has about double the protein per ounce of tofu, so it's great for you. And the green peas are surprisingly nutritious. They're high in protein, they're high in soluble fiber, which makes them really good for your sugar metabolism, to have, maintain your blood sugar level. It also has antioxidants of several kinds, so very good for your health. There's vitamin C, about a third of what you need for the day. Vitamin K, which is really great for your bone density, and it's got it's very nutritious food. So what we've done is it's a 5-step recipe basically, and the first step is you take the paneer and fry it in vegetable oil or ghee. Use enough to coat the pan, maybe just enough so that you can stir the paneer around and fry it evenly on all of the sides, so that it becomes a golden brown color. And once you're done with that, you use a slotted spoon to remove the paneer, and you move on to the next step. What I did was I put the paneer in a bowl with a paper towel, so that the residual oil can continue to drain as you're doing the next step, which is in a blender. You add several ingredients, one of which I omitted from the list of ingredients when I did the recipe for the newsletter, so please add that. It's 2 onions. You also add the garlic, turmeric, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, poppy seeds, and you make a fine paste. You don't use any water. The onions are very high in liquid, so you blend that up in a Vitamix type, a good quality blender, and then you put it back in the pan with about a quarter cup of oil, just mostly to prevent it burning, and you let that cook down. It starts out a beige color, and you want to let it cook long enough so that it becomes, again, a golden brown. I have at the end of this video, I have a few seconds where I've shown it how it should look before you add the tomatoes. The tomatoes are the next ingredient. You can either use tomato paste, or I chose to use finely chopped fresh tomatoes. I like that texture, and the tomato paste is more traditional, but you can use either one. And then you put in the paneer. You just let that integrate into everything for a couple of minutes, and then you add the next group of spices. And in this case, you're adding the ginger, you're adding the chilies, a nutmeg. I used a fresh nutmeg with a grinder. It's much better if you have the fresh nutmeg. Also, the green cardamom seeds. You open up the cardamom pods and remove the seeds. I found it took about 10 pods to make enough for a quarter teaspoon. And finally, you have the bay leaves and salt to taste. That, again, you just let that simmer for a couple minutes. And finally, you add about a pint of water, and you add the green peas, a couple cups of those. And at this point, you let that all just simmer. I found it took at least about a half an hour to simmer down to the proper texture. You want the peas to be tender, and the texture of the sauce to be, thick enough so that it makes a nice sauce for the peas and the paneer. It's a delicious, very complex spice mixture, and it's got sweet elements. It has salty elements, and it's just really delicious. The recipe comes from the book called A Taste of India, the second edition. It's by Bibi Inderjit Kaur, and she is the wife of Yogi Bhajan, and I've been using these recipes from her book for the last year, and you know, it's delightful each time. So thank you very much. Give this a try, and Sat Nam. This is the color and texture that you want to have just before you add the paneer.